for the last 10 or 15 years. It seems like you have been with Bayonnais, OFCB forever, but we are eternally grateful for everything that you have done. So at this time, I'm going to let Melissa to present the video. And then after that, in case you have questions, hopefully I might be able to answer. In case I can't, Mr. Dean back there, and Mademoiselle Melissa and my wife, and also those who have been to Haiti can come up together with the answers for you. Thank you so very much, Sardis. We are so grateful to each and every one of you. You have a wonderful Sunday. God bless you.
Thank you. So again, my name is Melissa, and I work directly with Actionnel and a team in Bayonnais to help fund the student sponsorship program. So your church very gladly supports 81 students there, and so we are so thankful for your participation in the program. In 2023, OFCB celebrated its 30th anniversary, and we created a video to celebrate that. And when Allison and I were planning this event, we started talking about what we would like to share. And I was telling her that the video that we made for that in 2023 is already out of date. What a wonderful thing to be able to share, that even though we can't go to Haiti, they are still doing things because of our partnership. And so I wanted to share this with you. We've tried to mix it up a little bit so it has in chronological order some of the things that OFCB has been able to do through its partnerships with churches in Charlotte and the surrounding areas. But we've also been able to get some interviews from some of the staff members there, so you kind of see a little perspective. I kept it at 5 minutes. It was much longer because there's so many things to celebrate happening in Bayonnais. So it's 5 minutes and 1 second. So if you'll give me those 5 minutes, I got it as close to 5 as I could. So I just hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, let me know. I will post this on our YouTube page. So, and I'll share that link with Allison so that she can send it to everyone as well. Because some of the words may go a little fast. I tried to make the sentences very clean and short, but some of this stuff is just, there's a lot of good things to celebrate about what they're doing. So, so I'll start that. Make sure we get the technology right on this.
Hello, my name is Wilson Simeo. I've been a teacher for 10 years. I teach in 5th grade. There are 40 students. My favorite part of being a teacher is to help the students to make their future. Thank you.
Moi, relais Alexandre Simon, moi étudié odontologie qui c'est médecine dentaire. Normalement, nous ne pouvons pas boire plus, mais environ 15 patients par semaine, ouais, depuis en deuxième année jusqu'à philo, nous on fait tout quand nous sommes dans ICB. Après, en 2000 2004-2005, nous rentrons Port-au-Prince. Nous finissons 2004-2005, nous rentrons Port-au-Prince. Nous passons 5 ans à l'université autonome de Port-au-Prince, nous sommes capables d'étudier médecine dentaire. En 2010, nous venons ensemble avec diplôme dans Bayonnais. Nous sommes capables de servir la population, la communauté. L'autre encore, et après ça, 2020-2025, nous passons 4 ans en théologie. Nous, dans la communauté, nous avons un service, nous approchons l'évangile.
Moi, je suis Madame Inedette Fizeme. Je travaille ici depuis l'année 2018. Par exemple, nous recevons 10 personnes par jour. Par exemple, nous avons vraiment apprécié le business par rapport à des marchandises complets en business. Ils ont apprécié ça parce que le business c'est la caillou. Nous avons vraiment apprécié le business par rapport à des marchandises complets en business. Ils ont apprécié ça parce que le business c'est la caillou.
Moi, je suis Village Charles. Moi, responsable agriculture dans le CB. Jardin Sayo là, c'est sous contrôle. Bon, capable ouais là, son dur que nous plantons là, dur a déjà bon, c'est la pluie a tombé qui fait nous pas temps récolter là, dur a récolter dans week-end là et après dur a, nous allons préparer terre pour nous planter piment, pois, après nous retirer dur a, c'est piment pois. Oui, c'est dans ICB que moi t'ai fait réto philo.
A little bit of drag with the technology, with the Zoom screen. So like I said, there will be a link for you guys to go and watch the video. Do you want to share a little bit about what's happening in Bayonnais right now?
Well, thank you so very much for your skill and to put that video together. Thank you so very much. We actually, Yolande and I have been here for 6 weeks already. So we are a little bit homesick, but by seeing the video that we feel that, we are home again. So thank you so very much. Well, I don't think there is anything new just for me to share with you about Haiti in general, because everybody got the news of what Haiti has been facing since 2019. It was before, but actually since 19, it has been going from worse, to bad on a daily basis. Good morning, Dr. Wesley. So good to see you again. Very good friend. So I would like to encourage you, each one of you, please, to pray for Haiti regularly. Every time that you are going to eat, please think about Haiti. Because Haiti is just 90 minutes away from Miami, Florida. No way for anybody with common sense to understand why this country had to suffer so much. 90 minutes away from the Miami airport. The country where nobody is safe at all. Everybody would go to bed with concerns every day. that your kids, your wife, your husband might be the kidnapped or raped or beheaded. You never can tell what will happen. So every day you see is the day that you got to be satisfied with, because you don't know what is going to be tomorrow. But at the same time that we believe that we got to be there. In Bayonnais, in spite of all, Bayonnais is always what I would call a kind of oasis. Oasis because people believe that they are all human beings, and therefore they got to support one another. They got to stand together. As you know, our school for some classes, we started on the 4th of August, but the government was supposed to make it open widely to every kid on the first Monday of September. But they had not done that until last Wednesday, because they wanted to help the families and the kids. They have done nothing. But whereas their own kids would be in school somewhere in Canada, in the US, or in Europe, but the little people would have access to no education. But tomorrow will be a big day at the school there. I'm sure that the plan is for everything to be on not YouTube, but in Zoom. So I would ask for the link, if possible, to send that to Melissa, so that some of you can see it. Kids are coming to school. They are being fed at the school because of your funds, because of your money. Thank you so very much. For the last several months, the church has really become something different. The way that they would act to one another, to encourage one another, to support one another. Of course, probably because of the environment, many people would get stroke, people would become paralyzed. I even got my younger brother, Marilus, who got a stroke, but then he's still trying to work like that. Many other people that I know have been dealing with strokes because of the stress around the whole country is just way too much. But however, we are trying to do our best in Bayonnais. 80,000 people, but everybody knows what OFCB is all about. So the schools, 4 schools in 4 different locations. The main campus, which is Qatar, where everybody has been. Some of you have been to Nicola. I have not met Swingy. Was it Swingy Gary?
Oh,
Gary. So he's in Nicola, man. He was going to Nicola on halfway, maybe less than half. So he had to lie down on the big rock. Because we didn't make it anymore. But Nicola, the kids are going to school. Zoranger, kids are going to school. And then in Bayonnais is the newest campus. Kids are going to school. The clinic is doing his job there. Thank you so very much. And by the way, for the clinic, I know that Sardis has been the backbone of the clinic, the medical clinic in Bayonnais. That everybody knows how the clinic come to take place. And I don't want to talk about it, but it is a miracle there. The first day we had to dig the foundation for the clinic. I remember Presley was there. I think he did some digging, just with his staff, just to dig to build the clinic. So we are so grateful to each one and every one of you that we are not here to talk about how tough it has been in Haiti, but we are here to encourage you. It seems that even though it is very tough, but we are moving forward. Of course, we have received some phone calls to threaten us, asking for big money from people who call themselves kidnappers. I would go to the Justice Department to give the numbers to check on those people. At least 3 phone calls. So I tell you, those phone calls would prevent you from sleeping at night, because they can tell who they are. But however, we believe that we are called to be in Haiti, to be in Bayonnais. I was telling the church, maybe Sam Bird, the last Sunday that, I would like to be buried, on campus. So that every morning I could see the kids, coming to school. So every Sunday I could hear, the church, the choirs, singing. The voice that you have just heard, you see what, I would like to be buried very close, to them. So many people are fleeing the country. I don't blame them. They are right for them to live. But I'm not wrong for the fact that I have chosen not to live. Because I know that God has a plan, for my own life. He knows how I'm going to die. Everybody's going to die, no matter what you do. Because Dr. Billy Graham said that, the mortality rate around the world is 100%. Whether you kill everybody, whether you call yourself kidnappers, or you call yourself terrorists, killing people, bring airplane down, just to kill people, you are going to die. As I'm trying to finish, I was reading a book where they said that on the earth today, there are 8.5 billion people. But 36,500 days from now, all those 36,500 people will have died. 36,600 days, 500 days, everybody will be dead. Like, 100 years from now, everybody will be dead. So why do we need to kill one another? Why don't we want to stay together, to stick together, to stand in the gap for one another, to love, to encourage one another? Why do we need to hate? Why do we need to kill? So what? We are all going to die. No matter what it is, I am going to die, but I will go with my Savior, Jesus Christ. Whether you kidnap me, you behead me, I'm going to die anyway. But I don't want, for my life to be wasted. Since God has given me the opportunity to help my friends, my brothers and sisters, I want to use my life just to make a difference, to create an impact. Those things could not have been done without your support, without your standing behind the screen. You have done it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Wesley. Thank you, Dean. Big thanks to everybody that has been to Bayonnais. Thank you for your cents and dollars. Thank you so very much for being a sponsor. Thank you. We are making the difference for God's glory. Amen. 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 Thank you so very much.
Any questions for Actionnel? We can open it up to that, and if not, I've got some other questions that I think maybe would be of interest. So if you guys get questions, we'd love to answer those. Anybody curious at all? Sorry.
What are the, like, you look at 26, the new year, or what are the priorities for the ministry?
He asked for in the next year or so, what are the priorities or key things you're focusing on for OFCB?
Okay, right now, there are half of the Haitian population, like 6 million people, facing hunger and starvation every day. 6 million people cannot really eat in the country. So food has become a very, very, very major issue in the country now, even for the schools. Number two, to make sure that we pay the teachers on a monthly basis. That are very big, very, 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 very big.
Have there been times where they haven't been paid regularly? Is that what you're?
Well, we were having some tough times, but we are trying to
keep that regular.
Yes, we're trying now.
Okay.
So that has been the biggest challenge.
Actionnel, I might just add one more. Security, you've heard about security. And now that all 3 of the crossings have bridges, that means that getting to Cawthor into the center of where the main school is easier than it was just 3 years ago. So security is a concern. And Actionnel and his team raised the funds and worked with a local governmental unit that if they put a building in place with the cots and a cell, they could actually get some police, and this would be at the first bridge. In other words, coming from the big towns, the first bridge going into the Bayonnais Valley. That will be sometime later this year, that will become a priority to try and help figure out how to finish that project and hopefully get some security there, because security is becoming a big concern.
Thank you so much, Dave.
Might speak to one other thing if I could. You heard about the computer labs. They have constructed the 2 classrooms, have not put the electrical in yet. And the reason being is we've been struggling for over a year trying to figure out how to get computers into Haiti. I think some of you are probably familiar with DHL. They ship to every place in the world, okay, no matter what. Even they are not very excited about trying to ship into Haiti. And the problem is the anarchy, when it gets to customs, there's no telling what we have to pay to get it out of customs. An example, just recently, Friends and EWO together try and help fund a bus every other year, a yellow school bus, okay? They need them and they don't last long because the roads, if you've been there, you know, but the roads are really rough. The school bus this time, usually that's a total cost of about 15 to 16,000. Buying the bus, making sure it's ready to go, somebody to get it down to the port in Palm Beach or Fort Lauderdale, getting it on the boat, getting it over to Cap Haitian or Go Naive, and then getting it out of customs. This time, in order to get it out of customs, it was almost 6,000 more, okay? So that's what you're dealing with. And then even thinking about 60 computers, which are so critical for those children to have computer skills, okay? So we keep working on it, but it is a very difficult situation.
All right, so-
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
The government that's in place now, are they able to govern effectively?
We don't have a government in Haiti. We got 9 presidents. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 presidents. 8 men and 1 woman. Those are the people being installed or ordained by the, you know, when you are ordained pastor, ordained by international community. This is the best way, you know, for them, because all of those 9 people would come from a political party. So by which there would be no way for everybody, for people to fight. So they are there just having fun. 9 presidents and 1 prime minister. So there is no government in the country. But then Haiti is much smaller than North Carolina by itself. But we got 9 presidents to manage that. So that can give you an idea.
The goal of the TPC is called Temporary Protective Council. Is that what the P stands for, actually?
Well,
The TPC, that's what that governing body is. It's the
Yes,
Temporary
yeah.
Protective Council.
yeah.
The goal is to establish a leader, but it's been in place for 18 months or so.
Or more, maybe forever.
And they're not really making much headway, so it's very unfortunate. So the news you see about Haiti is not reflected in what we see in Bayonnais for sure. They're feeling the socioeconomic impact of what's happening in the country, but when I call, Actionnel always tells me the children are playing and learning and living life as best they can. So we're very thankful for that part of it, that Bayonnais is not like what you see on the news. Okay, Actionnel, so why don't you talk a little bit about what some of the past graduates, because the school's my jam, so what are some of the past graduates of the school doing?
Well, since 2003, I think we have had over 20 groups of students that have completed their 13th grade in the Bayonnais community. So over here, that might be nothing because you are used to it, but it is big in Haiti for someone just to graduate, to pass national exams, 13th grade. Because I remember when I was young, in my community, would not really see anybody would finish with 13th grade.
When you
Because
were
it is-
growing up, you were saying?
Yeah,
There wasn't a normal thing.
No. So in fact, most of the people in Bayonnais, I think I am the first one for them to see with a 13th grade degree. So what they would do, so they would proclaim those results over the radio. And then there was, a kind of brain thinking. If you go back to those people who have no education, they would kill you by expels, voodoo stuff to kill you. But I was not afraid of that. So those people, young men and women that have finished the 13th grade, we got a lot of them working at the ministry now. I think more than 80% of the teachers, girls and boys, they were students at the school. More than 95% of the ones working at the bank, we got a bank in Bayonnais. That when I talk a bank in Bayonnais, don't think of Chase Bank or Bank of America or Wells Fargo. This is a bank in Bayonnais, okay? Just in Bayonnais, just to lift up the economic level of the people there. So those working in Wall of God, EO, maybe 100%, from the school. So we are building our own people. Because why do we have to have a school? Why do we need to build a school? We need to build a school for the needs of the society where we are living in. We are not building a school just to train kidnappers or rapers or rapists, whatever you would call them, or robbers or stealers or criminals. That is not our goal, to build a school where we would build people who destroy our environment, destroy our society. So there are others who would be like, in the US, some would be in Canada, others would be in Chile or Brazil or in France. One thing for me to say to you, since the ministry has been facing some hardships in terms of finances, last year, there were some of alumni, you call them, former students from the school, and then with funds of the school that came together, they gave 2,200,000 something goods to the school. Because there were students that were going to school, parents could not really do anything, like mine could not really do anything for me when I was going to school. Because of your money helping them to be where they are, today they are returning back to the school. Those who are in France, who are in Paris, who are in Canada, wherever they are trying to do something. Not only for the school, the police office that we are building in Bayonnais now, we got lots of alumni that have been helping as well, trying to return to the country. So those that would graduate from ICB school would be spread everywhere, but most of them would have the good intention just to return. They remember that they had received almost freely from the school, and then now they really want to help out. So the kids from Bayonnais schools are spread everywhere, but they are still rooted in the community. For example, we just had almost 89% to pass the national exams in 13th grade, like 23 out of 26. So everybody, wherever they are, will send message how happy they are, because we have beaten most of the schools in Gonaïve, where we are in the mountains. The rednecks have beaten the schools in Gonaïve. So they are so excited wherever they are. So this is all I can say about the former graduate. Maybe I say too much about it, but I wanted for you to know that they are there, wherever they are, that they are doing good things for their own community.
Another question about the U.S. government's elimination of the Agency for International Development. Has that had an effect upon your program in Bayonnais? The AIDS program, basically?
Thank you so much for the question. I just got a message maybe two or 3 days ago from Simon, the one who was talking about being a doctor, dental doctor. He sent me a message about how difficult it is, because we got some people, even at the church in Bayonnais, that are affected by AIDS. There used to be medications for them to take just to stay alive. But now those medications are on sale, just for sale. No way they cannot afford it because it's very expensive. This is a major problem that Simon has shared with me because there is no such aid anymore. No way for them to get the medication freely. And then therefore, so in the next few days or few months or few years, there will be people dying and then people catching AIDS because no medication, no that support anymore. Yes.
Well, I'm not sure that was, I think my question was directed more at the agency, the International Agency for International Development that the United States canceled, and my understanding is.
You're saying it's USAID?
Pardon me?
Yeah.
USAID?
Yeah, USAID.
I understood the question so well that I tell you how that has been affecting us already.
Yeah.
So that has affected the whole country, including us where we are, people that have been suffering from AIDS, so are about to die now. I know several even in the church, okay, who got that disease, in the community who got that disease. So that decision has affected everybody, not in Haiti, even in Bayonnais. Very bad decision to our own people. Yes, that's the question.
I had a big box of AIDS medication and wanted to send it to Haiti. Could I get it there?
Yes, I got a fellow who was a former classmate for me, and then he is somewhere in Florida, but he takes stuff there regularly, and with him, I think, we can get it. It might take, 2 or 3 months, but I will get it. His name is Jackson.
Dave Sheridan can help with that, Presley. He was able to get some stuff for the medical clinic already over. So we could talk later. That's amazing. Yeah.
You mentioned that there are 4 campuses now. And I think people would like to know how many total students you're serving, but the scholarship money that pays for a student, how many scholarships do you have? Is it enough to cover the number of students that are enrolled in the school? Because not only talk about what the scholarship covers for a student. Some people probably
about that. Yes, thank you.
This is my area. So this year, we're anticipating enrollment to be between 2,200 and 2,300 students. It's down a little bit. A couple years ago, it was up as high as 2,500. So between the 4 campuses, we've got that many kids that we're hoping that'll be in school. Because Wednesday, the 1st, was the official first day of school because it's the Ministry of Education the first day of school. Although they've been going to school for an entire month already. Right now, we had 700 on the 30th of September, and then we lost 2, but then we gained 1, so we're at 699 right now. So we're working to keep that 700 and continue growing.
So about 700 out of 2,200
kids, yes. So Actionnel's goal for our organization is 1,000 students sponsored, would allow the school, the funding that goes over would allow the school to be self-sustaining. That's goal number 1. My goal is that every student in that school has an American family that supports them, that prays for them, that loves them, and that reminds them that they're not forgotten. I think that's so incredibly important. For those of you that have been invited to Bayonnais in the later trips in the 17, 18, 19, we weren't really building things anymore. We were just going there to remind them they're not forgotten, to play with the children. It was very relationship based. And so, in fact, I took my dad, the very last trip that went to Haiti was the trip that I was on. And I took my daughter and my dad, and my dad he's a carpenter, and he was ready to build something. And I'm like, we're not building anything. We're not building anything tangible, anything that you can physically touch, but we are building relationships with these children. And by day 2, he's like, nah, I don't want to go to Zoranje. I'm gonna play with this kid over here. I'm gonna hang out. So just reminding them they're not forgotten. But the funding that is sent over, it's not enough to sustain everything, but our partnership with Friends Empowering Haiti, they are able to supplement the remainder of what's not able. So right now, Dean, what's the number? Is it 47% that they're funding of all of those?
Let me go another way.
Okay.
monthly to operate the school, it's like 65,000 a month to operate the school. Currently, the tuition the parents pay, how they do that, I don't know, but they do. Along with the alumni that Actionnel mentioned before that live in all kinds of countries, along with Fonda Bank, every month contributes to the school. The mercantile store you saw, they contribute some to the school. So that constitutes right now about 15 or about 15,000 a month, okay? And the rest of it comes from the scholarship program. He will also contribute some to supplement food. And Friends Empowering Haiti provides money for the school and provides money for food. And then the agronomy program in Bayonnais, okay, they don't raise enough to feed the school all year. But then as crops come due, they put that in to the mix. So that's how the funding occurs, of course.
Yeah, so they don't generate enough on the ground. So between our two organizations, we're able to supplement so that they're operational, so. Do you want to talk about the teacher school? This is something I love. So a question that I get often is, well, what happens after graduation? And for me personally, as a former teacher, I think every child deserves an education. That's just my own personal. But it's a great question, like what next? And one of the things that they're doing in Bayonnais is working very hard to provide other opportunities for the students. And so they created a school for teachers. So you want to talk about that a
Yes,
little bit?
the school to train teachers to become a better teacher. Those teachers would teach like, from first through ninth grade. So it is a 3-year program under the leadership of the Ministry of Education. So in the final year, they will need to take national exams as, the same time, like, the 9th graders would take the exams. And after they would get, a certificate or a diploma to say that they are certified. So it was about 5 or 6 years ago when we started doing that. And then so far it has been doing very well. And then they would get good grades from those national exams, just to be certified. This is another thing that those who feel that, they would like to become teachers, there would be teachers, at the school, and also in the afternoon or in the weekend, they would come to school just to be trained how to become just greater teachers. So I think that is all about it. And then hopefully maybe 2 years from now, there might be a faculty of theology there, and also with agronomy, because just keep this, in private, because
This call is being recorded. Just so. If we need to edit it out, we can.
yeah, please. So I believe that, every river comes with its sand or gravel. So when we first started the ministry, we had Helen Hunter, and then David Nichols came. We had Ernest, and then Ernest died some years ago. Helen Hunter cannot do much now at all. David is very sick. So it seems like, all my branches are going to go away from me. I would be like a trunk with no limbs. Therefore, if I have chosen to stay there, so I'm going to be just by myself. Praise God that, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, Valerie came, our son came to me and said, Dad, as you will be declining, I would like to step in. I don't want for that heritage in Bayonnais to die. That was a big shock, to me. So, with a school of theology and agronomy, would love, for more preachers. Preachers are not, to serve people, not to be served, but to serve people, and to love their community, and also to move forward. So this is a way for me to say that I'm 61 now. Then I have been in OFCB for ages. So our plan just to retrieve, go back to grandkids, and then just for the ministry to keep going. So teachers, preachers, agronomists, just to take care of the environments. So that is the goal, for the moment. You know what? Please don't share it. I have been back to school, getting my master's in leadership and administration. The plan is, I think I will finish next January, after maybe try to get my PhD and to have those schools there, and then just for the country to move forward, and also to set up some good examples. We got Pastor Toussaint. Some of you know Pastor Toussaint over here. Pastor Toussaint is 71. He is on 13th grade right now, 71. But I'm 61. I'm getting my master's. So just to encourage the kids that the best way to live decently in life, not by doing kidnapping, not by raping, not by stealing, but getting yourself educated. Just to live with pride, to live with self-esteem. So we got to push for education and to move forward. Maybe I talk too much. Thank you so very much.
No, thank you for that. Allison wrap us up, but I did want to let you guys know that my cards are over there on this table and there's brochures about the sponsorship program. So if you have any additional questions, grab my card. I'm more than happy. If I don't know it, he knows it, Dean knows it, Presley knows it. Like, I got a whole community of people that I always tease. Actually, now I'm an itty bitty toddler when it comes to, I used to be itty bitty baby, but now I'm a toddler in this ministry because I've only been around since 2018. And so we've got a wealth of people that have knowledge that we can share with you. So feel free to grab a card. And thank you guys so much for being here. This was way more people than we thought we had.
Yes, so we're gonna wrap up so folks can get their kids from Sunday school or get over to worship and whatnot. Actionnel and Yolande and Melissa will be with us there as well. As Melissa said, if you're interested in learning about the student sponsorship side of supporting and partnering with our friends in Haiti, there's information, or you can talk with her, or be glad to connect you after this if you need to scoot out of here. I'll also say too, as we are mindful in our stewardship campaign right now and how we are rooted and then growing and sharing and partnering together, it's been a real, our mission ministry each year discerns how we use the portion of SARDA's budget to share the resources we have to help impact the world. And they try to thoughtfully, prayerfully discern. And every year, at least longer than I've been here, mission ministry has used SARDA's money to support the school and the clinic and things in Haiti. Now, and we've really struggled emotionally. Perhaps I'm looking at Vicki, she's been a part of these conversations, right? That when that portion that comes to mission ministry to prayerfully discern how we will share it to help impact the world has decreased, we had to make some really hard decisions this year, more so than in other years, because that's just the reality of things. So not that is the only thing, which, like, when you're thinking about your stewardship campaign, right? I didn't plan to give a plug, but I just want you to know how everything is connected, right? Like, everything from the lights to our friends in Haiti to your beloved Sunday school class, everything is important, and we hope makes an impact in God's world. And we've had to, decrease funds to all of our mission partners because of the reality and part of it. So, but sometimes we can pick up from other places, right? So think about the ways in which you can support, if it's through prayer or through some of our folks serve on boards, some folks serve on mission ministry, others, you can continue to lift them up in prayer. You might be able to sponsor a student. It's not the same for everyone, but think about how we can make an impact in God's world and continue to partner together. So we thank you all for being here with us, and thank you all for your presence. I think that should be all that we say. We won't say amen because we're going to continue to worship, and it's going to be continuation. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you.